Men have to have friends. Men have to have friends. There's this idea in our culture, it's so perverse, that the women have friends. First of all, women don't really have friends. But that's maybe a conversation for another time. But maybe if a husband has a social event, it's because the wife, gets it together with some... Bad idea. Bad idea, I think. A man needs a friend. And some guys say, well, I married my best friend. Sweet little Elise and I are like two halves of the same person. We're very... we have as much of a friendship as a man and woman could possibly have. But I don't like that phrase, I married my best friend. I have my best friend. I don't want to marry him.
I have two feelings on that. I mean, one, Aquinas says that marriage is what does he say, the greatest of all friendships?
Yes.
I don't like that phrase, my wife's my best friend, if by that you mean my wife is the person I come to for my emotional needs, and I dump all my stuff on her and have her make me feel better.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs that.
No.
I got a friend, I got a fella who I can do that to. I would like, I'm not saying I succeeded this, but I would like to be the kind of man who comes home and offers my strength to my wife, which isn't to say that I don't share intimately with her about what's going on. I just don't want to be a drain on her.
If you are a Catholic and tired of dating apps that feel, well, not very Catholic, there is a better way. It's called Catholic Chemistry. It's a dating site and app for intentional Catholic dating, made for Catholics by Catholics, designed for real intentional Catholic dating. Go to catholicchemistry.com/Matt, and if you love it, use the promo code MATT for 20% off optional upgrades.
Yes, and like, good old Aristotle points out there are different kinds of friendships. And another symptom of modernity is we have friendships that are going to help us do business. Like I hate this. Yep. Look, I do have a bunch of side businesses, obviously, and I work a lot, but like this notion of we got to be on my grind, I'm on my hustle all the time or something. I think, no. I also need leisure because this is for leisure, because leisure is like what education is all for.
Right.
And it's what, and I need to think about things that are not merely commercial. And so I don't want my friendships to be transactional. I work in politics and media. That's an occupational hazard. And I really make a point not to have transactional friendships because it's ugly. It's nasty. It's a Faustian bargain. You don't even really get stuff in the end of it. There's the friendship of pleasure. There's something to that. There's transactional friendship. But what's the highest friendship?
Virtue. Yeah.
Yes, friendship of the good. And that, I find... Even when I'm really tired, I have to carve out, maybe not every week now, but I don't know, every few weeks at least, I'm going to go see the guys and we're going to have a cigar night. And we're not like sitting back watching the game. We're having very rich conversation, always over cigars, maybe over a steak and a drink. But I find when I have that and I stay 6 hours, I spend a nice, good long time and I barely sleep that night. And I feel more refreshed the next day. And you just have to have, it's like someone who doesn't read. I don't have a lot of time for reading either, and it's part of my job. But if I don't read, I feel my mind just shriveling up,
I
and
do too.
When you spend those 2 hours at night that you could be sleeping, reading, you'll wake up more refreshed. And I just think that this is another thing. The Zoomers give me a lot of hope because they're kind of rediscovering that. They're rediscovering that men and women are different. They're rediscovering that God, in fact, exists. They're rediscovering that religion is not primarily about you. It's about God, and he wants to be worshipped in a certain way, and there's certain things that are true of him. And so they're recognizing they're recognizing, we actually...
There's such a thing as the good life.
And
it doesn't involve scrolling TikTok on the toilet.
Yeah. And look, I scroll as much as anybody, but I end scrolling and I'm tired.
Then you
and
catch yourself. I don't want to become this person.
So what if it's like I'm so far down on memes at this point. I'm like so I couldn't convey this to another human being. It would be incommunicable, And you put that down and you just read like 5 pages of a book.
Yeah.
You say, or when it's an author like a Chesterton or a Lewis or a John Henry Newman or like some of these particular guys. When you can put the book down at the end of the night, you say, wow, I just had a marvelous evening with Chesterton.
Yeah.
Oh, hanging out with Jack Newman tonight. That really, I hadn't caught up with Jack in a while. Wow. Okay, that gives me, and by the way, that will help you in your professional life and that will help you in all of the public sort of things you do. But it also just really nourishes your soul.
Thanks very much for watching that clip. You can click the link below if you want to watch the full interview, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.